but I want to show you something. The crew that built our house had a bunch of leftover treated lumber. And when I say leftover, I'm not talking about just little odds and ends scrap pieces, which they had plenty of that, but there was lots of pieces like 2x10s, 2x6s, decking boards, 2x4s, not to mention a whole bunch of metal, right? And so I have managed to build the shelving in the garage. That entire shelving system that you see there, if you can see it amongst all the stuff, with the exception of about 4 2x4s, was all made out of scrap lumber. And I don't know, man. I'm just really proud of the fact that I was able to build all that out of scrap lumber. And I shared with you that I was about 28 board feet short on this trailer modification that I'm doing. But as it turns out, I went and bought 30 board feet today. And then when I got home and started looking in this lumber for another piece, I ended up finding more decking boards. So I'm going to be very close to being able to finish that trailer modification with the scraps that I have on hand. I'm pretty excited about that. Yeah, they had tons. Here's another decking board. See, it's good on the other side. They had tons of wasted, what I call wasted treated lumber. And I paid for all this, so I just put it all in a pile and thought I would wait until the time. And I have managed to build a couple of nice projects out of lumber that would have otherwise been thrown away or burned. Pretty excited about that. So just a slight addition to the farm is that little area privatized now. It's mainly there to cover up the electrical boxes and the garbage can and so forth. But what I was going to boast about there is the fact that that little arbor you see was built out of lumber that was scrap. And that's what it looks like from the porch. I'm not done yet. I still got to put a gate on it, but I'm quite pleased with how it turned out. Now, the rest of the lumber was not scrap. All right, there's the semi-finished product of our little enclosure leading to the back porch. And again, that aspect of this project, meaning those 2x10s and those little spindles for the arbor, was made out of scrap lumber that was left over that would have been burned otherwise. And that's the way it looks if you're coming up the front driveway. And again, this little area right here is going to have a retaining wall. It's going to be extended out probably 20 or 30 feet. And then the gravel will be added to push over to about right here. This is about 30 feet away. And so the gravel will be pushed over, leveled up, and the driveway will be widened substantially when that happens. And then we will have a step down coming off this retainer wall, going both to the back entrance as well as straight down through there where Rainey is laying to the front entrance. And underpinning still has to take place. You've probably heard me say that several times, but it just takes time, and I'm not necessarily in a rush, but it will get done. And over on this side, I have more gravel to add. I have to address that little bank there. I have to get my grass sown on it. Needs to be pushed over just a tad more though, just a tad. Anyway, more gravel will be added there, more gravel in general to this driveway all the way down to the entry. I was pretty happy with the projects that we got completed this week with that entryway and the flagpole. Of course, we still have the underpinning to do in the back as well, but we did finally get the hot tub installed. And the hot tub sat for like 7 months, but when we hooked it up to electricity, it worked like a charm. Still works like a charm. Now, I have a new cover on order. That one has seen its better days. The privacy fence we got done over the past few weeks because we are going to set an above ground pool right here. So I have a little dressing to do for the ground, some leveling, and then some adding of some sand. And then of course on the outer side there we'll put underpinning as well. And then we might be done. Well, of course this ground will have some landscaping done to it in the front also. Oh, by the way, yeah, before I go, here's an update on the chicken coop. Chickens are doing fine. They're out and about right now. I think you may have seen some of them a while ago. And I am going to put a sled on the bottom of that coop. I do have enough extra lumber to make that happen. Scrap lumber. And I'm going to make that happen, and that way I can move it around and let these areas recover. The extra decking board you see on the ground is what I'm going to be using to finish out this trailer modification. If you want to see this trailer modification, please check out my other channel, Outdoors with Ed and sometimes G.